Welcome to Conscious Coupling, where Frederic Gobeil and Christy Whitman share their experiences of creating a conscious, connected relationship. Every week, they give practical tools, steps, and processes to help you find the loving connection with your partner. Let's get into today's conversation with Frederic and Christy.
Hi, this is Christy Whitman with the Conscious Connected Coupling, and I'm with my amazing partner,
Frederic Gobeil, and welcome to you all.
Yes, we are very happy that you are here, and we're very grateful that you are listening. And today we are going to be talking about how to have it all in your relationships. And the first thing that I want to say is that, I am the author of The Art of Having It All, and I'm actually going to read an excerpt that I think is really important later in the show that's about having it all. And, having it all really is understanding what would you love in all aspects of your life. And when you think of relationships, so if you think of like the 4 quadrants of your life that are literally divinely designed to have aspects of our life work, so our health and well-being, what we have inside of our bodies, what our bodies look like, feel like, that whole thing. Your abundance in all aspects, whether it's time abundance, financial abundance, what do you want? How much travel do you want to take? How much, money do you want in the bank? How much money do you want to have at your disposal so that you can do the things that you want? Money really is a symbol of freedom. And when you have it, you have choices that you can make with it. And the third is having creative self-expression. So whether it's having your own business, having projects you're working on, having something that you feel divinely connected to that creates really great success. And of course, the 4th quadrant is having loving and supportive relationships. And if you sit down and really look at each aspect of those 4 quadrants, especially as we focus it on the show here on Conscious Connected Coupling, your relationships are designed to be loving and supportive. But what I want to talk about today is that a lot of times people think having it all means that the person that I'm in a relationship needs to be it all for me and needs to do it all for me and needs to be my source of all my support and all my connection and all my fulfillment. And that's really setting yourself up for disappointment and big, huge expectations.
Especially when you talk about those 4 quadrants and imagine having just that one person filling all of these 4 quadrants.
Right.
It's crazy. That person that's putting so much pressure on that person.
Right.
So there's no way one person could do that.
Right.
It's just setting up for failure.
Well, and that's just it, is I think that we look at each other in a partnership and say, well, you have to be the fulfillment of all of these things. And our true source is our divine self. I mean, that's really our life that breathes us is our true source and supply. It is our true protector, our provider, our supporter. Energetically, whatever we're wanting to feel in any aspect of our lives, including our relationships, we have the power to connect with that feeling. We don't have to look at our partner and say, I want you to fulfill me and you're not doing enough, and so give me what I want. You actually can come from the place of being connected with the real true source of who can give you that sense of fulfillment. And so Frederic and I talk about how we have it all in our relationship, but there are many other relationships that we have. So when you think of it from a totality, like loving relationships, right? I don't put all my eggs in one basket into Frederic, right? I have girlfriends that I get to spend girlfriend time where I get fulfilled and I create a sense of different kind of connection and joy with them than I do with him, right? I get a little different sense of connection and joy with my kids that is very different than I do with Frederic. Even my puppy, right? Like there's just different people and different animals, like different people in our lives, having that total sense of having it all in all of our relationships. When we look to that one person, it becomes very, very, like you were saying, it's almost like burdensome that I have to hold all this for you and be everything for you.
It's way too much pressure on that person to put on that person to say, well, you're not saying it, but to witness now, you are the one and only person that gives me the satisfaction in all of these aspects of life.
Yeah.
And so that's what having it all is witnessing the other person taking care of themselves. When I witness my wife, when I witness you taking care of yourself in all these aspects, I'm proud. I'm proud to be your partner. I'm happy to be there and to witness all of these ways that you take care of yourself. And that's really for us the having it all, that we're able to take care of us, of all of these ways that we are what we are wanting from life. Basically, our choices, our beliefs, our emotions, our thoughts. The only person for us that can take care of that is us. And then we're able to come together in the relationship and just be with each other and have all these amazing, wonderful experiences together in a joyful way.
So I have a friend of mine who she's in a relationship with a partner. They've been together several years now. And every aspect that she's ever wanted in a partnership, he has. He gives. He's very adventurous. He's very outdoorsy. He loves to spend quality time with her. He's a lawyer, so he's very well established in his own career, and loves what he does, and he does well financially. So money for either one of them is never an issue. They get to have the freedom and the choices that they want. But one area for her is she wants to have more depth of a spiritual connection. When she and I talk, we go to very depth of, source and law of attraction and attracting things and, dramas and being a victim and, all these just depth of conversation of having it all and what that means and really being able to talk about energy and vibration and energy mastery and, all those different kind of depth conversations. And she's not able to have that level of conversation with him and feels that she's missing that. And when I explained to her, I go, you're not missing that though. When you think of all of the relationships that you have in your life, you have several friends that you can have that level of conversation with, myself included. And that's where when you feel you're wanting that kind of thing, not to look to Joe, I'm going to use his name as Joe, not to look at Joe as the one that you want to have it with. He's not saying, I don't want to talk to you about it, but he's not going to contribute much because he's just not there. He'll listen to you, which is great. He's not telling you to not be that way or he doesn't want to hear that kind of stuff. He's willing to listen to you, but as far as contributing, don't look at him as being it all, because you've got me or you've got your other girlfriends that can provide that essence, that feeling, that connection that you're looking for. And, same is true, like I said, with Frederic. There are some things in our relationship where I get juiced up with being with a girlfriend and having talks about kids and about mom and, things that we're doing because it's a different perspective. He can't talk to me from a mom's perspective because he's not a mom. Yes, we have the same kids and of course we, talk and share our own perspective, but coming from a mom's perspective, from a girlfriend perspective, from a woman's perspective even, and whether it's oh my God, I'm going through perimenopausal or, all the stuff that women go through, right? He can't understand that. Frederic thank God, can't contribute to that conversation that way. He won't tell me to not talk to him about it, but as far as, talking it over with a girlfriend and, ooh, what herbs are you trying for that? And, that kind of thing. I get fulfilled with my girlfriends in a very different way. So looking at the aspect of loving relationships, when you have one person and you're like, ugh, like my girlfriend was, she broke up with Joe for a while because she felt like this part is missing. And when she realized there's so much good here, there's so many positive aspects about that, I'm going to go and find this part in other friendships. Now she feels like she's got it all.
And that's why we say, come from a place of appreciation for your partner. What are the things that you appreciate of that partner? Look for the positive aspects. Be grateful for the ways that he shows up.
Absolutely.
So that could be what is the motivation to, move along and move forward in the relationship together.
Absolutely.
It's like watching TV for me. I just had that download. It's not all the channels that when you're watching TV, you're choosing your channels that you like. When I'm watching TV, there's some channels that I like, and then there's some channels that we like together, but I'm not gonna want to necessarily watch the channels that you like.
Yes,
and
I
vice versa.
don't want to watch Family Feud all day long.
You don't want to watch the sports all day.
My God,
Or Family Feud.
Our son Maxim, he's such a smart ass. I love him for that. But the other day he was talking about Frederic. He goes, "Is Daddy watching Family Feud?" I was tucking him in bed, and I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "He's addicted to Family Feud." And then he goes, "And he's addicted to coffee. Oh my God, Daddy's best day would just be sitting on the couch, drinking coffee all day, watching Family Feud."
Yeah.
Dab is this way.
No,
not
for me it's like this.
that way. It's like,
It's the 40-year-old.
oh my God. All right, back to the subject at hand. So one of my girlfriends, because I wrote the book, obviously, The Art of Having It All, and I want to read an excerpt from it. She gave me this gift, is so great, is that the secret to having it all is knowing that you already do. And when you come from that place, it's like the last episode that we talked about, when you're coming from a place of sufficiency, when you're coming from a place of, I have it all, I love it all, I appreciate it all, I'm grateful for it all, and you shift your perspective on the parts that you don't quite have it, and you realize, what am I missing, or what do I perceive that I'm missing? Another way of saying it is, what am I noticing the contrast, right? And what am I, from this contrast, experiencing that I do want in my relationship? And maybe it's not the relationship that of your spouse or of your partner that you're going to get it with, but maybe it's with a guy friend going golfing, or maybe it's with a girlfriend, going to a spa. But being able to recognize within yourself any place where you have levels of discontent, and then asking yourself, what do I want instead? What is it that I am searching for? Because I can have it all. I do have it all. I have the ability to create all that I'm wanting, and then be able to just get really clear within yourself. So I wanted to just read this. And if you've read this book, it just as a good reminder. If you haven't, it just will give you a little bit of an idea what this book is about. To have it all is to live in the fullness of all that you already are. It's to be energetically connected to the truth of who you are, which is complete, full, and amazing. The full expanded experience of who you are cannot be described with words or conceived with the mind. It can only be experienced through feeling. How connected or disconnected we are to our feelings determines our experience of fullness or emptiness. In other words, having it all or not. The feeling is always the key to the fullness. Nothing more. Every moment we choose not to feel or to project our feelings, we are choosing to not have it all. And every time we say yes to our feelings, and therefore yes to ourselves, we're choosing to allow the fullness of our being to be expressed. So if you want to have it all, and especially in your relationships, all you need to do is become willing to feel it all, good, bad, or indifferent. Only the mind holds us apart. The free-flowing acceptance, awareness, and expression of yourself is all that is required. And when there are kinks in the hose, aka resistance, that keep you from experiencing the full magnificence of your greatness in any area, that's the key to releasing them. It all comes from the inside. So I hope this has helped. I hope you can start looking at your partner and really start appreciating all the ways that he does show up or she shows up, all the ways that they do love you and do contribute, and all the things and the places where you really do have it all with your partner, because that really is the key to having it all, is knowing that you already do.
That you and your partner are enough in every aspect of your lives.
So next week we are going to be talking about parent, or what I like to call mom guilt, and how to get over that, and how it actually affects the kids, the family, and the couple. So we'll see you next week on Conscious Connected Coupling. Remember, if you need extra support, want extra support, you can go to connectedcoupling.com, or you can go to christywhitman.com, and you can join the meditations. They're 30 days to start working with your relationship, and be on the lookout for other courses and things that Frederic and I are doing together. Thank you so much for being here.
And don't forget to share with each other all of your experiences. Have a good week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Conscious Coupling with Frederic Gobeil and Christy Whitman. If you like our show and want to know more, check out christywhitman.com. And please leave us a review on iTunes. Learn how to turn your partner into your soulmate. Join us again next week for another powerful episode.